All right. Looks like we're on. Happy Friday. Good morning. I'm just going to take a minute as usual here. Let's get everything set up. Let's get some people on here. Make sure that you guys share this because I'm hot under the collar today. It's been a crazy week, busy week, and everything in the news, so we're going to talk about some of it. Yeah. It's pre-April Fool's Day, right? Going to be something, that's for sure. How's everybody's week, though? Seriously. How's everybody doing? If you jump on, say hello. Let me know you guys are out there. Ken, good morning, brother. I'm so glad that you're on here because I'm hot after this week. It's going to be a little bit of a rant today, so stand by. We'll get this show. We're going to get this show started here in just a minute. I'm going to try to get some more people on here before we get started because I think this week has been one of those weeks. All right. Give it one more second here. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We are definitely going to talk about it. It is that's putting it mildly, quite frankly. Ken, it's crazy. I think we've all, I titled this one this week that you've been fooled, right? And I think the title just kind of fits with it. But before I jump into that, listen, those of you that watch this later on, I'm going to get started because I got a lot to cover. As you jump on, if you missed the first part of the show, go back and listen to it, and check it out. We got a lot of things to cover today. Happy Friday, everybody! I hope everybody's had a decent week. A lot of things have happened this week, and we're going to touch base on some of those. Make sure you share this out there. We've been shadow banned. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to discuss today is going to get us shadow banned or blocked or in trouble because we're going political on some of it and whatnot. But the first thing is, everybody's talking. Let me back up. We are at war. We are currently at war right now, and everybody has this idea of, it's a big political war, and I kind of look at it more as like a us versus them. I've said it before in other shows. I'm going to say it now, and if you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. I'm open. I respect everybody's opinion. I really do. My opinion is it's us versus them, and it's not so much anymore about red versus blue, Republican versus Democrat, left versus right, because if you break down the core and the heart of this country, you're going to see that everything in the middle, that there's not much. That's kind of the mixing pot of where we're at. Andrew, morning, brother. How are you? Barry, good morning, brother. Appreciate you. I think if you look at the core of this country, there's not much difference between left and right or whatnot. I think you'll find more and more people there's more of us than there are them. Does that make sense, everybody? There's more of us than there are them. Ken, good versus evil, that's exactly what it is. We are at a spiritual war right now. And whether you believe in God, the universe, the purple cow down the street, I don't give a damn. Whatever it is that you believe in, it is a spiritual warfare right now. And you guys have heard me complain about mainstream media and the corruption there. And honestly, we're being fooled. A lot of us have been fooled. Again, that's why I titled it this way this week, is that we've all been fooled. We've been fooled in reason to believe that, when we watch the news, that's the source of what is actually happening. And it's not. It is nothing more than the news telegraphing a someone else's agenda. That's what it is. That's my opinion. If you don't believe me, if you don't agree with me, fine. Look it up. Look up. And this dates back for decades and decades. It started off with Operation Mockingbird. You look at into the '60s. It got into pop culture in the rock and roll scene in the '60s with the Mamas and Papas, the Doors, all things. Look up Laurel Canyon in California. Look up Laurel Canyon and find out what's in Laurel Canyon. There's an old Air Force facility there that had, at the time in the '50s and '60s and even into the '70s, had the largest production film crew in the world, just outside of Hollywood. It was a military operation, and it wasn't discovered until the late '90s. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Laurel Canyon. And you'll see that. But we're at a spiritual war right now. And again, whether you're a Christ follower or not, it doesn't matter. We're being trained and trying to be dumbed down. And again, if you guys disagree with me, let me know, please. There was a lot of things that happened this week, and I don't want to say it directly because the mainstream media has been pumping it out, but we all know what happened in Tennessee this week. Tragic. But at the same time, everybody wants to, I'm going to say it, and it's going to be unpopular, and I don't give a shit. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be a family-friendly show, but you guys got me on a soapbox, and I'm hot right now. Everybody wants to point the finger at guns. And I get it. I do. I've looked at this, and I understand why you say that. But let me ask you this. If we want to ban guns, are you willing to ban the same guns that we left over in Afghanistan? Are you willing to ban the same guns that protect the law enforcement? Are you willing to ban the same guns that protect the politicians and the people that walk around with armed security? Are you willing to ban all of those? Because to me, it doesn't sound like you're against guns. You're just against certain people having guns. Again, my opinion, and this is not going to be a popular thing, and I'm sure I'm going to get shit for this, but that's fine. Sorry, family show. One thing we're not talking about, though, is we're not talking about the mental health issues here in the United States, and we're not talking about the spiritual warfare. Again, I'm bringing this up. We're not talking about, is there a spiritual war going on? The press secretary said, the president backs the transgender community. And listen, here's my opinion on it. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're bi, black, blue, green, purple. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. We're all, we all bleed red. Okay. That's my opinion on it. But what I don't agree with is that if you're the press secretary said that, after this incident in Tennessee, that the president backs the trans community. Great. What about the Christian community? And what about the people there? Not once had they brought it. Now, obviously, that's bad. You can't be a Christ follower in America anymore. Did you know that faith is down in this country? Almost nearly 38%. People are losing faith over it. And why are they losing faith? Look at the root cause of what's going on. Okay, give me just a second here. I'm going to take a breather here and get caught up with some of these. I lost it. Lost in a boating. Shay, good morning, dear. How are you? Sarah, good morning. Thank you. Always good to have you on. Whoa, Sarah makes a good point here. Sarah says if you're going to blame it on mental health, stop taking money away from mental health programs. Interesting. I like. Okay, yeah. Here's the other thing with this, and again, the whole 2A thing. I got a lot of friends that we need to ban guns. We need to do this. That I get it. I do. Believe it or not, I get it. I don't agree with it 100%, but let me throw this out there. Schools around the country that are gun-free zones are targets. The schools that are safer and more protected are the ones that have people carrying guns on it. And again, don't believe me. Look it up. Look this stuff up. I don't want you guys to believe me. Look it up. Universal background check for gun. Yeah. Here's the thing. People are going to argue the gun thing all day long, and whether you're for it or against it. And Sarah, I get it. If you're responsible, here's the thing: how do you determine if somebody's responsible or not? Because there's so many things that go down the line. I get it. If you want to ban guns, then you're saying, "Oh, we're going to turn in your guns." Okay, well, so you're telling me every criminal is going to turn in their? Come on, guys. It's back and forth. I get it, but how about instead of getting rid of the guns, we start protecting our schools instead of taking money away from the schools? Let's start protecting our schools. It's just a thought, okay? It's just a thought. Let me put it to this. Shad, good morning. Oh, Shad, hey man, it's been a while. Thanks for jumping on. Sarah, that's a good point. Let me ask you this. Here's the thing, because everybody wants to say ban guns. Then I think we should ban rocks. I'm gonna let that stew for a minute. Ban rocks. And I know some of you out there are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" History lesson. A rock in a bad hand killed Abel. A rock in a good hand killed Goliath. And if you don't believe me, you can look that up. It's in a book called the Bible. A rock in a bad hand killed Abel. A rock in a good hand killed Goliath. That's right. Evil, and Ken hits it right on the head here. Evil people are going to find a way. And here's what it really boils down to. We are in a spiritual war, and they're trying to divide us. And they're using mental health, they're using guns, they're using whatever you want. Actually, Ken, I didn't see that on your wall. I got that from a text message this morning. But if you put that on there, that's great. I'm glad that's floating around. But listen, that's the thing. We're making it harder than it needs to be, and that's what they want. Good versus evil, Ken said it earlier. Good versus evil, that's what it is. And here's the thing. I go back to this. The mainstream media will have you believe you're way over here or you're way over here. And what people tend to forget is that 90 to 95% of us are right here in the middle. Red, blue, brown, green, purple, pink, whatever. 90% of us, 95% of us are right here in the middle. And if we just talk to each other, we realize, hey, we don't always agree on everything, but even the things that we don't agree on aren't far off from our own belief, and at least we can understand where the other person's coming from. But they're not giving us that opportunity to do that. They're not giving the opportunity to do that. The devil is running rampant. America is the devil's playground right now. And we're looking like idiots to the rest of the world. And we're being fooled. And that's why I said we're being fooled. We're taking it all in and we're running with it. Right? Or so they want you to believe. Let's move on here because there's some other things that happened this week. Indictment. What do you guys think of former President Trump being indicted? I'm waiting to see the new T-shirt sales because if they put a mugshot on him, somebody's going to be making a lot of money off of T-shirt sales and stuff like that. Listen, like him, don't like him. You know, I like the fact some of his business sense. I didn't really care for all the antics on Twitter back in the day, but I honestly think this indictment stuff is strengthening his case. If you look at Elvis Presley mugshot, Johnny Cash, and there's a slew of other people, famous people. It was it just strengthened who they were and their personalities. I think this is going to end up making him stronger. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to end up making him stronger. Here's the other thing. Yeah, it's kabuki. When did this become legal? Because now, Ken, you bringing up the political side of it. I think the political side of this is really the house of cards is really starting to show here. You're starting to see the political, and listen, left or right, blue versus red. That's not it anymore because it quite frankly, I think a lot of them are all on the same game and just what benefits and lines their pockets and keeps us out of the loop. But I think what we're starting to see, especially over the course of the last several years, is you're starting to see a lot of things that we've been told basically throughout all of our lives that, hey, this isn't, wait a minute, this isn't adding up. I've said this before in the show, critical thinking is a lost art. We got to start thinking critically again, folks, and we got to start thinking for ourselves, right? Yes. Oh, man, it's like telepathic, man. I was just going to say, you got to follow the money. Yes, absolutely. Follow the money. I've said this before, and actually I can't take credit for it. I think Robin Williams, the great Robin Williams, said it many years ago in one of his stand-up bits, is like, if you want to be in political office, you should make a politician wear a NASCAR suit because it's got all their sponsors on it, right? I have them wear a NASCAR. That way you understand why they're saying what they're saying. All right? So this indictment with Trump, I think it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I think it's going to help his case, quite frankly. What does that mean? I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. Hopefully more and more people will wake up and realize, hey, that's a political move from one party to the next. That's not right. And that maybe that'll start opening more eyes. And if you realize, I heard last night that the DA's office up there was a George Soros-funded person. And here's another thing. I'm not a Soros fan. I don't care if they, whatever, F them. I don't care. I'm not a Soros fan. I'm not a Bill Gates fan. You want to talk about evil? That's what I'm talking about. Evil right there. That's Soros and Gates, in my opinion, are about as evil as they get. And if you don't understand why, look both of them up and follow it, and you'll understand why. Yeah, Ken. Yeah, brother. Yeah. I think I just named a few. I don't know. So the indictment, it'd be good. We'll see. Hey, anybody see drag shows on military bases? Now, when I just realized how I said that, and that totally did not come out the way it sounded in my brain. Let me rephrase. I understand that there was a hearing the other day, and someone asked the general that there have been drag shows. There have been drag shows on military bases, and General Miley came out and admits that he didn't know anything about it, and that shouldn't be happening on our military bases. So I was wondering if anybody had an opinion on that. It was interesting. Drag shows on military bases. That was the first I heard of it. Gabe, what's up, brother? Appreciate you jumping on. Um, so anybody at the military bases, have they seen or been to one? I'm just kind of curious of that. That was a headline in one of the articles recently. The guy's got a mistake. uh, Stephen Williams, everybody. That's our, our number one producer. Uh, Marine Corps veteran, great sense of humor. Brother, I appreciate you jumping on, man. Um, here's another thing I want to talk about because another headline that $12 billion in oil. Saudi Arabia, Saudi Aramco makes a deal with Chinese partners to build a refinery. Let me ask you guys a question. Just curious. With all of the push for electric cars and cleaner environment, why is Saudi Arabia making a $12 billion deal with Chinese partners to build a refinery in the northeastern province of China? I'll wait. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one either. But it's happening. It's going to happen. They're going to break ground on it here. I think they said in 2026. Look it up. Saudi Aramco and deal with Chinese partners to build refinery. Um, it is mind blowing that we've been pushed for these electric cars. Which, if you how do you build electric cars? You need what? Lithium. Where does lithium come from? Mines. How long does it last? Cost. And how do you dig up the lithium? With machinery. What does that machinery run on? Oil. You guys see what I'm getting at here? I mean, listen, if you have an electric car, good on you. I hope it doesn't catch fire because that would suck for you. And then it's going to cost you a crap ton more money to get it fixed. But when are we going to start opening our eyes as a country? And this is something that we here are going to start doing more of. We need to get back to critically thinking. And here at HMG, there's going to be some changes, and we're going to talk more about this stuff. I've always kind of strayed away from certain topics and whatnot because I pride ourselves on being an organization and a people for, or excuse me, a network for the people, and we are. I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're right, blue, black, green, purple. It doesn't matter to me. All right. I legitimately want this network and the people on this network and the people that follow this network to be people of change and to create positivity. And sometimes, in order to create that positivity, we have to talk about some of the negative things that are going on in order to combat the negativity. We need to know what they're doing so we can create positivity, so we can go out there and be the voice of reasoning for the people. And it starts with us right here. This is why I do this. This is why I'm up here every Friday and I try to do this, and I want to do a better job at this. And I appreciate those of you that are on right now, those of you that leave comments every week and support this network. You support the shows that are on this network. You support the sponsors of this network. We are going to make a change. Mark my words. I'll be damned. We are going to make a change, and we will be that voice of reasoning. And in 5, 10, 12 years down the road, 100 years down the road from now, when they see that change in the world for more positivity, and you see that big shift, they want to know where all this positivity come from. They're going to be able to look at the core of everything, and they're going to see a little section of us, and they'll see HMG and the people that were involved, and the the viewers and the listeners and the shows and everybody that was part of HMG, part of our family, part of our network, they're going to be able to see that and say, this was a group that was responsible for change. And that's what it's going to take, guys. I'm not against, really anybody. I respect everybody that has their opinion. I may not agree with it and whatnot, but I'm not going to chastise you for it if I disagree with you. There's a lot of things going on, and we need to wake the hell up. We need to come together, and we need to move forward. Yeah, I figured that would happen, Gabe. Steve, yeah. And that's just it. You can't really take. It's hard to take politics out of. Is it hard to take politics out of everyday life? Could be, maybe. When you look at the jobs here in the United States, more than 51% of the jobs here in the United States are government jobs, meaning they're either federal, state, city, township, whatever, some type of government run job. And if you can't get rid of those jobs and everything completely because it would be too much. And in saying that, it brings up something else I want to say. I titled this week "You've Been Fooled," and a lot of it is, there's a lot of people they're called conspiracy theorists, right? A lot of people think, oh, that's a conspiracy theory that'll never happen. Well, a lot of stuff that they're bringing up has happened, and a lot of truth is being told right now, and there's a lot of people that don't like it. Truth is starting to, they say the truth shall set you free. Well, that shit's coming to fruition real quick. Sorry, family-friendly show. Hey, everybody, listen. Ken is from the government, and he's here to help. We appreciate that. Everybody pack your bags and run the opposite direction. I'm just kidding. No, I know Ken, good guy. But that's the one thing is, like, if the government says I'm here to help. Ronald Reagan said it back in the early 80s. If the government says we're here to help, run. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what he said, but he said something along those lines, right? Steve, I need more conspiracy theories. Mine have all come true. Yeah, listen. We're going to have a new show coming out here real soon called the Memory Hole. Let me see here. I gotta look it up now. You guys got me thinking about this. Yeah, the Memory Hole. And the first season of it's going to be all military stuff. And I at the beginning, if you missed the beginning of the show, I brought up there is a place in Laurel Canyon out in California that was an Air Force facility, and it had the largest production studio, and they used to do videos and stuff like that. And we've got a show coming out about that here soon, so stay tuned for that. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it's eye-opening. Look at everything that's gone on this week, guys. Look at everything that's gone on. The shootings, the indictment, the stuff happening down in D.C., and then look at world news. China and Saudi Arabia make a deal. Like, start putting the pieces together. Start encouraging others. And we can do it respectfully. And share this. By all means, listen. Share what we're talking about. If you think what I'm saying today is important and you agree, or even if you disagree and you want to make an example out of me, share it. Share the video. Let's move on with stuff. And then if you guys got something else you want me to talk about, put it in the comment section below, and I'll bring it up near the end of the show. But I'll say this: mainstream media is horrible, right? Sucks, and it's they'll have you believing what they want you to believe. Fifth generation warfare. It's a psyop. That's what we're living in right now, right? Whose agenda is it that we're trying to follow today? You woke up this morning, what agenda is being pushed on you today? So, Ken, I'm on 12 cups on my Paw Patrol. That patrol will get you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, so mainstream media sucks. Listen, let's start some good news here. Let's share some good stuff because there has been some good stuff that's happened this week here at HMG. We got 2 new shows coming. 2 new shows coming to HMG. We have the Wheelchairs for Warriors, and then we have the Misfit Nation podcast. So stand by because there's going to be 2 new shows coming here to HMG real soon, so stay tuned for that. American Veterans Ball is going to be happening May 12th. I got one more seat. If you want to go to the American Veterans Ball, I got one more seat. HMG sponsoring a table this year. We were blessed to do that. This is always a good time. It's the only all-service Veterans Ball in the world. Come check it out May 12th at the National Harbor in Maryland. Hey, is anybody, I know most of you that are leaving comments right now, but is there anybody that watched this later on? If you're down in Florida, I think it's Lakeland, Florida for Fun in the Sun. Right now, Team Addo is out there with their Bronco. That 2022 Bronco that you guys have heard me talk about for the last couple of weeks, that 2022 custom Ford Bronco, they're selling tickets fast. They only had 5,000 tickets. So you got a 1 in 5,000 chance of winning, right? Go to Team Addo, and I'll post it here afterwards, but go to Team Addo, buy a ticket. The tickets are $100. You have a 1 in 5,000 chance of winning this beautiful 2022 custom Ford Bronco. It's all pimped out. You win the Bronco, you get $10,000 cash for tax, licensing, and everything else. Let me see here. Gabe, fam, yeah. Well, congratulations to you, brother. I'm glad you're having a good morning. It seems. What else? Hey, listen, HMG coffee. HMG coffee. You guys are drinking it. I see you guys out there. Kaylin, good morning. Sorry you're here. You missed the whole beginning of it, but that's all right. We love you anyway. Listen, HMG coffee. Stand by. We are going to be doing free shipping for monthly subscribers. If you sign up, if you want to sign up for a monthly subscription, we will get you free shipping on your monthly subscription. You got to sign up for the monthly subscription. If you're interested, and this is going to come out April 5th is when it starts, but if you can get on it today if you want, drop us a DM and let me know, and we will set you up with free shipping for monthly subscriptions. You'll never run out of coffee again. It'll right to your house every month. So check that out, hmgcoffee.com. Yeah, what else? Now you got to start over. Yeah, yeah, right. Let's talk about some of the shows. We just got a couple shows to go over, and then I kind of want to go back to some of the topics that we talked about. So stay with me because we're going to get into that. First up in the queue, Pushing Back Chaos. I'm just kidding. They actually they got a show coming out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. I will say this: Decision Hour with yours truly. This week, I titled it "Bank on Yourself." Had a special guest this week, and I think my eyesight's going. I sit down with financial specialist. He's a private lender, real estate investor, and a member of Bank on Yourself organization. Sari Abram. Grab a pen for this one when you guys listen to this, because he had a lot of really cool tips and trades and things what you could do. We talked about credit versus debit. What does it mean to have mental accountability? And this was really cool. I'll talk about this real quick. Is most people go through life and they realize, oh, okay, I make X amount of dollars and these are my bills, and they're doing it kind of mentally, and they're not really thinking about what they actually have, what they could save, etc. So, check this out. This was a great episode. He also shares what you should be doing right now to create your own sources of financing while growing safe and predictable wealth at the same time with the same money. So if you want to make money right now, you want to create wealth, generational wealth for yourself, your family, take a listen to this week's Decision Hour. Next up, we got Environmentally Speaking. This episode this week is a different type of episode. Clarice did a great job. This show's 72 episodes in now. And over the course of those 72 episodes, they've talked about a couple of things where they said they were going to come back and give you updates. That's this episode. They give you the updates on some of the previous episodes, like offshore wind, the Navajo Nation's water rights out in Arizona. They talk about, they talk about the Providence River crane. There was a crane in one of the rivers and what they were doing to how to get it out, etc. So this was a really cool episode, just updating on some of the really neat, I don't want to say neat, but very eye-opening topics that are out there. The show's based in like Rhode Island, Massachusetts area, but when you listen to a lot of the topics that these ladies talk about, Clarice and Marissa, they're hilarious together, first off. So they make it fun, but then it's very educational, and you can kind of take what they're talking about and incorporate it into your local area as well. Like I said, they talked about the Navajo Nation water rights out in Arizona in one of the episodes, and offshore wind. That was a big, and still is a very big topic there that they discuss. So check it out. That's this week's Environmentally Speaking. Next up, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast with Shay Sparks. It's a recap of Season 8. Season 8's done. Kaput. Not quite. She might pop off and surprise us with a couple more episodes for Season 8. We'll see. But she recaps Season 8 and what she's done thus far. She talks about, this was the first season that Shay ever did solo. Majority of these episodes were solo, and she talks about what it was like for her to do that. She talks about some of the insight and the audience feedback, and then she also gives a shout out to one of the listeners. So check it out. Great episode. Power Investing in People podcast. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. I don't know why I said it like that. All right. Anyway, Arms Room Show. This week they're talking about discussing how to get involved in emergency response teaching and training. Everybody should be taking some type of emergency response training, my opinion. Well, probably theirs as well. So check it out. That's this week's Arms Room Show. Next up, we got Chasing Happiness. Are you eager to dive into the real estate investing and discover secrets to success? The renowned specialist MJ, Mr. Mark Johnson, with over 2 decades of experience in the industry, MJ has become a go-to expert for those seeking to maximize their real estate investments. In this episode, he shares his insights on analyzing property value and how he has been able to close transactions totaling millions. That is this week's Chasing Happiness. Check it out. Gabe, what are you drinking? Coffee. I'm drinking HMG coffee. What else would I be drinking? Are you asking me what specifically blend I am drinking? This morning I am drinking First Dew. I believe this morning I'm drinking First Dew. I lied. I'm drinking Brazilian Cerrado. That's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Brazilian Cerrado. Out of a coffee pot. Drip system. Next up, we got Label Free Podcast. Leading mindfulness expert Neil Sligman talks about consciousness. Neil is an international mindful expert and the founder of Consciousness Professional. He shares his journey of introducing mindfulness into corporate culture and the challenges he faced. They discuss the increasing adoption of mindfulness and the benefits it has to our daily lives. Check it out. That's this week's Label Free podcast. Next up, we got Because Bikers Matter podcast. Riding in the Ozarks. I don't know if anybody's done this. It's awesome. The Ozarks are beautiful. It's a biker's paradise. This week, David talks with Melanie. She's a retail operations director at Pigtail Harley Davidson in Rogers, Arkansas, and Eureka Springs Harley Davidson in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And listen, shout out Eureka Springs. If you're in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, go to Get a Hold Brewery. Great place down there. Say hi to my friend Wendy. Melanie highlights the beautiful roads and scenic byways in the Ozarks, including the Pigtail that heads south out of Eureka Springs, which is an amazing highway. Beautiful ride out there. If you ever get a chance to get out to the Ozarks and ride, do it. Because Bikers Matter podcast. Check it out. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast, Building a Mental Health Toolbox. Lisa Howard from the Barry Robinson Center shares how to build personal and community resources when your child needs additional mental health behavior support. MSEC, great organization, a ton of resources. If you are in the military, Guard, Reserve, or veteran, and you got kids at home, you should be following Military Child Education Coalition. That is the name of the organization, nonprofit organization. They do great things, a lot of great tools for our military kids. We got your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with the People's Patriot Project. Always a good time with them. Go check it out. You'll find their stuff on Facebook Lives as well. People's Patriot Project. Check them out. Time to Shine today with our man Scott Ferguson. He dropped 2 shows this week. One is an enlightening conversation with money with coach, author, and speaker Mr. Richard Fearson. And the second episode was with IFBB pro bodybuilder and real estate investor who talks about focus and discipline, Mr. Dominic Trevline. So I hope I said that right. Check those out. That is Time to Shine today with our man Scott Ferguson. Listen, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors right quick. Hey, Mark, there he is. Mark Peterson, Patriot Pride. Great thing about bad memories, every show is new. Right? Hey, shout out to our sponsors. We got some new sponsors that are on here. I want to give a shout out to Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. Thank you for what you do. If you ride and you need insurance, these safety lawyers, awesome stuff. Check them out. Get a Hold Brewing in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Check them out. Carrabba's down at Fayetteville, North Carolina. This Carrabba's is at the Sycamore Dairy Road location with our man Ryan, the owner over there. Carrabba's down in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Thank you very much. My Tax Fella. Listen, you only got a couple. There's like 2 weeks left of tax season, guys. If you don't have your taxes done, don't wait. Get a hold of Anthony and his crew over at My Tax Fella. You'll be glad that you did. They do a great job over there. You need some new ink, you need a tattoo, or maybe you need an old tattoo and you need it removed. Go check out Alibi Tattoo over in Helen, Pennsylvania. Great crew over there. Go check out my man Barry and Poke, who is my tattoo artist. They phenomenal work. It's Alibi Tattoo. Honor Brewing. They got a new location just outside of D.C. that's going to be opening up soon. Stay tuned for that. Great beer, great people, veteran-owned. And, of course, we cannot forget my man Barry over at Forget Genetics. Those of you that are in the outdoors, Steve, I know you're an outdoor guy. You can check out Forget Genetics. The stuff that Forget Genetics has, you put it out for the deer, and you watch these deer grow. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this product. This jacket that you guys see me in today is an original JB Auto Clothiers jacket. JB Auto Clothiers, great organization, veteran-owned. This jacket was made here in America, right? So if you want a suit or a new jacket, go check out JB Auto Clothiers and get fitted today. And then, of course, last, certainly not least, our sister company, HMG Beverage. You guys want coffee delivered to your door, fresh, every month. Sign up for our subscription right now. Send us a DM. Send a DM right here that you want to sign up for the subscription, and we will sign you up before April 5th. That's when this is going to kick off officially. But if you sign up today, free shipping. You're going to get free shipping, and this is only for subscribers. It's free shipping only for subscription customers. So you can go to hmgcoffee.com, check out the different blends that we have there. And we're making more and more progress with our spirit line. I'm going to be heading on the road to Nashville, Tennessee at the end of April. Nashville, where you at? I'm coming for you. All my folks out in Tennessee, I'm going to be out there end of April for about a week, getting stuff done, and looking forward to seeing some of the family and stuff out there. Christina, good morning, dear. How are you, sis? Thanks for jumping on. Yes, so that's it. Again, let me back up. If you missed the first part of the show, you got to go back and listen to it. Go back and listen to the first part of the show. I had to get on the soapbox today, guys. We are at a spiritual war, and I pray for everybody. I pray for everybody. Pray that we wake up, start seeing what's going on. Let's pray that we all come together. We don't have to agree on everything, and I'm not saying we have to come together like kumbaya and stuff like that, but we can come together and work together and make this world a better place. And I think it needs to be done. Start opening our eyes, start paying attention to what you're consuming, and start asking questions. Don't get lazy. Don't get content. Start asking questions because they're coming for us. They're already here. It's already happening. We've been fooled, and it's time to educate ourselves on what's really going on and start asking questions and then start holding people accountable. All right? That's it. Listen, guys, be the light in someone's dark, smile a lot, make someone laugh, and know someone cares. I love y'all. God bless y'all. God bless America. It's all the time I got today, guys. Thanks for everything that you do. Share this. Hit me up if you guys got a topic that you want me to talk about next week. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you guys next week.